what's up YouTube? In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make the YouTube logo. It's going to be nice and quick, very easy. If you want to make it, here's what you're going to need. You will need black wool, red wool, and finally white wool. That's right, you will only need those three colours, so once you have those and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I'm going to be making it right here. You're going to want to kick this off with a row of 4 white wool coming directly up from the floor. So 1, 2, 3, 4. What you then want to do once you have your row of 4 white is stack a row of 4 black directly on top of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then extend all 4 of those black wool out to the right by 1 to give you 2 rows of 4 black wool. What you then want to do, once you have this, is extend out the top blocks of those 2 rows that you've just made to give you a T shape, like this. Just extend out those blocks one to the side on their respective sides. What you then want to do is, on top of the 2 blocks that you've just extended out, you want to stack a row of 4 black wool on each of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. What you then want to do with those 2 rows of 4 black is then extend those outwards like this. So all 4 of those black wool there, and all 4 of those black wool there, to give you a shape which should look exactly like this. That is the first letter in the YouTubes, or at least I think it is. It starts with a Y, right? That's what you want to have. Pause that if necessary, of course. Once you've finished doing that, it's time for us to move on to the next letter. So come down to the bottom right hand corner of your Y, and starting from this black block right here, the corner block, go to the right of it by 4 with your white wool. Do 1, 2, 3, 4. Then do a single black wool. Then go up on top of that black wool by 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which should in total give you a row of 7. What you then want to do is extend out to the left the 5 middle blocks of that row of 7 to give you a shape like so. What you then want to do, returning back to your row of 7, is extend the top and the bottom block to the right, each by 3. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. What you then want to do is just connect those 2 blocks together, like so. And you may even guess what's going to come next. What you then want to do with your newly formed row of 7 is extend out the 5 middle blocks of your row of 7 to the right by 1, like so, to give you something which should look exactly like that. That is the second letter, the O. Pause that if necessary, of course. Once you've finished doing that, it's time for us to move on. So, coming to the bottom right hand corner of your O, this block right here, you want to take out your white again, and you want to go to the right of this block by 3 with your white. So 1, 2, 3. Then go on top of your 3rd white wool with your black by 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like so. What you then want to do is directly next to this row of 6 black wool, you want to do a row of 7 black wool, and it just wants to begin 1 block lower than the row of 6, so right next to that white wool, like that. What you then want to do, starting from the bottom right hand corner of what will be your U, this block right here, you want to go to the right of this block by 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. What you then want to do is go up directly on top of blocks 3 and 4 with your black wool, each by 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 1 on the end as well, number 4, to give you something which should look exactly like this. And that is your U of YouTube. Pause that if necessary, of course. Once you've done that, things get ever so slightly trickier from here. So again, come to the bottom right hand corner of your U, and starting from this block, you want to first do 1 white going right. You then want to do 4 red wool going right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then take out your white wool and go a further 2 to the right. So 1, 2. Then directly up on top of your 2 white wool, you want to go up on top of them by each by 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and on top of the right one as well, 8. What you then want to do, once you have these two very large rows, if my math is correct, those are 2 rows of 9, probably isn't correct. What you then want to do is extend out the 2 top blocks, each to their respective sides. So you want to do this by 2. 1, 2, and the other side as well. 1, 2, just bringing it outwards like that to form the T of tube. Pause that if necessary, of course. Once you've done that, it's time for us to move on. So coming down to the bottom right hand corner of your T, take out your red wall and go to the right of this block by 3. So 1, 2, 3. Then take out your white wall and go on top of the third red wall by 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What you then want to do, next to your row of 6 white wall, is a row of 7 white wall, starting 1 block lower than the row of 6 white wall, to give you something which should look like this. We're making another U. If you guys can't spell tube, it's okay. I only just figured it out today. Continuing on, what you then want to do, starting from the bottom block of your newly row of 7, you want to go to the right of this block by 4 with your white. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And on top of the third and fourth blocks, you want to go up on top of them each by 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this one as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, we don't really have to count that out, do we? To give you something which should look exactly like that. Pause this if necessary, of course. That's your U of tube. Once you've done that, it's time for us to continue on. So, I'm sure that was sounding like a broken record now, but come to the bottom right hand corner of your U, take out your red wall, and go to the right of this corner block by 1 with your red. Then take out your white wall, and do a single white wall next to the red. Then go up on top of your white by 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To give you, in total, if my math is correct, a row of 9. What you then want to do next to your row of 9 is another row of 9, so just duplicate the previous row. What you then want to do, starting from the bottom block of your row of 9, you want to go to the right by 3, so 1, 2, 3. Then go up on top of this third block by 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, from this 6th block, you just want to go to the left by 2 to reconnect it back to the letter, like so. What you then want to do, on the right hand side of your letter B, or what is going to be your letter B, you'll notice that you have a row of, I'm pretty sure that's 7. What you want to do is extend out the 5 middle blocks of your row of 7, each to the right by 1, to give you something which should look like that. Pause that if necessary, of course. Seamless editing. Continuing on to our final letter of tube. Luckily for us, we don't have to come down to the bottom right hand corner of our B. The record has managed to pass. It's not broken anymore, it's been repaired. This is what you want to do. Come to the right hand side of your B where we have these 5 white wall, and directly next to your 5 white wall, do a row of 5 red wall. Like so. Next to your row of 5 red wall, do another row of 5 white wall. Like that. Next to your row of 5 white wall, you want to do a row of 7. And you pretty much just want to do the inverse of what we did just a moment ago with the B. You just want to do your row of 5 right next to your row of 5 and then extend it up by 1 and down by 1. Like so. Then come down to the bottom of your row of 7, right here, and starting from this block, you want to go to the right by 3, so 1, 2, 3. Then do an upright diagonal. Then come up to the top of your row of 7, and go to the right by 3, so 1, 2, 3. Then go down by 3, 1, 2, 3. Then go to the left by 2, 1, 2. Like so. Almost done. What you then want to do is on the far right hand side where we have this row of 4, starting from the bottom, you just want to extend to the right the bottom 3 blocks, like so, just to give the E a little bit more shape. Pause this if necessary, of course. So once you've finished that, and pause that if necessary, of course, you have done all of the writing that you're going to need to do for this pixel art. All we have to do now is the giant red box that sits around the word tube. So come back over to the middle of your pixel art where we first placed red wool, right here where we have this black, white and red. On top of your first red wool, this one right here, you want to go up on top of it by 10 with your red. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You then want to do 2 upright diagonals, so 1 and 2. You then want to go to the right of the second upright diagonal by a total of 25, so 2, 5, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. From this 25th block, you then want to do 2 bottom right diagonals, so 1 and 2. From the second bottom right diagonal, you want to go down by 12, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. From this 12th block, you want to do 2 bottom right diagonals, so 1 and 2. That second one, if you've done it correctly, as I have, give myself a bit of a pat on the back, should connect directly to the floor. And this is what you want to have so far. Pause this if necessary, of course. Once you've reached this point, we're going to go back over to the left-hand side here, where we first went up by 10, except this time we're going to extend down this original red block, and you want to go down from this block by 2, so 1, 2. You then want to do 2 bottom right diagonals, so 1 and 2. That second one should connect to the floor. What you then want to do from that second bottom right diagonal is run it all the way over to the right until it connects with the other bottom right diagonal that we have on the other side of our tube to give you something which should look exactly like this. Pause this if necessary, of course. Once you've reached this point right here, all we have to do now is fill the giant red box, would you believe it, in with red wool, and you also have to just delete all of the white wool that we used to like bridge the gap between the original black lettering and such. So I'm going to go away and do exactly that, and I'll be back once it's all finished, back in a moment. So I have just finished doing both of those things, and just to reiterate what I've done, first of all, I filled in the giant red box in with black wool, in with red wool, and I deleted all of the white wool that existed around the U part of YouTube. All of the white wool that I used to like bridge the gap between the letters and initially make the U, that white wool, and it's came out looking exactly like this, which is what yours should look like, and if I may say so, it's looking pretty nice to me, looking pretty accurate. It's not too big, and I kind of like that. I'm really tired of making these giant logos, guys. Having to fill in giant spaces in pixel art just in with wool for like 10 minutes straight is utterly frustrating. I don't know if you guys have made the Mojang logo, but you're in for a treat if you ever make it. So this is what you want to have. Once you've reached this point in the video, the tutorial is officially over. There is nothing left for me to show you. I hope that you found it easy enough to follow. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.